Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a quick 2024 election analysis video. I can't get rid of these ads. I mean, this 270 to win is just, I try and turn on the ad blocker. It's, says, oh no, you have to leave the ad blocker off. This is how we make money. But I'm going to go through all of these. These are like the experts and what they say in terms of the presidential 2024 forecast. And it's interesting because they do actually update the changes, and you can see basically every change is pro-conservative. It's not surprising based on what we've seen, not only in the United States, also in Europe. They're forced to call for all these special elections, emergency elections, because we're seeing so many people come out and say, no, we don't want the crazy rampant illegal immigration. And that's why Biden's been forced to admit that Trump was right on immigration. And it's just, I mean, I would be shocked at this point if Trump lost, but you never know when it comes to these elections. So you can see this is just the consensus electoral map, 235 to 226. I can't really disagree with this, honestly. The thing that you could say, both Virginia and Minnesota possibly going into the swing state category, but I did see a recent poll. Biden was up by like 4 or 5 in Minnesota. So I can't disagree with it, but I will say there are some pundits that do think Virginia is officially a swing state. I have heard that, but that's just the basis, kind of, if everything were equal, that's where we're standing. 2024 election map based on polling, Trump at 259, Biden at 196. So Trump up significantly, and they've got Trump winning Georgia based on all the polls. He's up by 4 or 5 minimum. They've also got Trump possibly winning Nevada, or at least lean Republican in Nevada. Trump's been up in all the polls there. Arizona still viewed as a swing state. Minnesota now, this is interesting. Minnesota and Virginia both viewed as swing state if you just base it off the polls. Yes, there's been limited polling there. And also you've got Maine possibly as a lean Republican. I have not seen a Maine statewide poll recently. That's 2 more electoral votes for Trump. New Hampshire right now sitting as a pure swing state. Pennsylvania we know is a swing state. Virginia and Minnesota. This is really good stuff for Trump. I mean, what is this crap? Let's just see what this is. So yeah, this, you can see the numbers right here. Minnesota, Virginia, both move, at least in terms of polling, into the swing state category. New Jersey, only a lean for Biden. I think because there was a poll that came out that had him up by 6. I don't think Biden's losing New Jersey, but it's interesting. Also, New York is not bold blue. It's not a lock, although I think it technically is a lock. There were a few polls that only had Biden up by 9 or 10. We're just going to go back and take a look at the next one. This is the betting market. Yeah, this betting market is obsessed with Biden in the Rust Belt. They've got the Democrats or Biden at 270, Trump at 268, which is kind of funny because there's that one district in Nebraska that people keep saying, that would be an interesting thing if it decided it and Trump actually flipped it and got to 269 and then won the election. But this is just, because it's a betting market, technically it has to make a pick on every state in terms of odds. And that's why it's got Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania all very slightly, like a 52% chance to Biden, 48 for Trump. It also has, I mean, what is this crap? I just can't do this stuff, man. Can you just let me review this? Like this is the stuff that's just ridiculous. What is this? I'll pay $3 to get this stuff off of here if they'll do it, but they're just like, oh, this is our only source of revenue, and you have to give me pop-up ads. It's 2024. Why am I getting pop-up ads? I'm not even allowed to use my ad blocker. And then, oh, not this one. So this dude was predicting elections for years. I think he had a streak where he had so many elections right. He was embarrassed in 2016, the crystal ball predictions. Trump won. He had Hillary getting like 316 electoral votes. And now he's got a vendetta against Trump. And look at this. There's been no changes since January 4th. And he's got Biden at 260, Trump at 235, with Biden leaning in both Michigan and Pennsylvania. There's no polling that would suggest that at this point. But there's been no updates since January 4th. But this dude does have a vendetta against Trump. He said Trump's a threat to democracy. I mean, why are you doing polling predictions if you're going to be biased against a candidate? It doesn't make sense. Cook political report, 235 to 226. That's pretty standard. Inside elections. Oh, but you can see the updates. Look at the updates. Michigan and Nevada. Oh my God. Dude, I can't do it with this thing. I can't even move my freaking mouse with this thing. Michigan and Nevada moves from lean Democrat to toss-up. That's really positive for Trump. And then you also do have down here, Nevada moves from tilt Democrat to toss-up. And so all of these things that are coming out seemingly positive for Trump. Fox News, 251 to 241. They're going a little bit more aggressive. They've got Michigan right now as a slight lean to Biden, which I would disagree with. I think the entire Rust Belt, even though you could argue Michigan's more liberal than Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, look at Fox News. Nebraska's 2nd District moves from likely to leans Democrat. I think it's a toss-up, but I can understand it. Election Daily has it 235 to 226. That's pretty standard. Split Ticket 2024. Republicans, Trump at 251, Biden at 226. The latest update, Alaska, Maine 2nd District, Nebraska 1st District, and Ohio move from likely to safe Republican. Georgia, North Carolina toss-up to lean Republican. Yeah, Georgia and North Carolina are lean Republican. That is correct. Michigan and Nevada, lean Democrat to toss-up. Yeah, Nevada, I would say is lean Republican if you look at the polls. Based off of previous election history, you can say it's a toss-up because Democrats have performed well there. Analysis, 2024 predictions. Trump at 257, Biden at 226. Latest update, Georgia, Nevada, North Carolina move from toss-up to tilt Republican. I like that. That makes sense because it's just the polling out of Nevada is so crazy. Ohio is now a safe Republican state. Texas is a state Republican state. I don't know, is a safe Republican state. U.S. News, Trump 235, Biden 225. Michigan moves from lean Democrat to toss-up. And so that's basically all of those predictions. I got to get off of that page. It's just so many ads. But you can see it seems like everything is moving in Trump's favor, at least in terms of, you know, whether a state leans one way or tilts another way. Everything is moving to the right. It didn't seem like Biden had a single positive thing when it comes to that. You could argue there are maybe a few states, like I know Arizona has gotten a little bit closer. There's been some slightly positive polling in Michigan for Biden. The big issue with Biden, his approval rating, I don't believe is getting any better. And if it stays where it is right now, he's not going to win. That's just the reality of approval rating, especially compared to Trump. Trump has a better likability at this point than Biden. Pennsylvania's got a poll with everyone. Trump +2. This is actually today updated. General election with everyone. Trump +2. Florida. That's actually a positive poll for Biden in Florida. Trump +6 only. That's Florida Atlantic. You do also have Biden approval. 39% approval. 45-40. Congressional vote tied. And congressional job approval 14%. I mean, that's never going to be good. Tuesday poll, Ohio, Trump +7. Ohio Senate, they cannot get Brown out of there. My God. Brown +5. Minnesota, Biden +4. So there's another Minnesota poll. General election, popular vote, Biden +1. Another general election, Trump +1. These general election polls are just all so close. I don't know. Which one did I want to go to? I wanted to go to one of these. I forget which one I wanted to go to. But I guess Minnesota. We'll take a look. What is this? Oh, this is the first. Oh, this is just a Trump, Biden, Kennedy poll that had Biden up 4. So that's a completely different poll in and of itself. You look at Trump versus Biden. They've been close. Biden has been winning slightly. Where is that electoral map? Let me see if I can find the map. Maybe, no, this is not what I wanted to go to. This is the scorecard on who favors who. You can see the polls overestimate Democrats. It's not even close. If you're wondering what are the worst polls, yeah, it's Quinnipiac. I think Quinnipiac is the worst pollster, at least they were in 2020. Monmouth, Mason-Dixon, also really bad. NBC, really heavy favoritism towards Democrats. This is a Republican group. Yeah, this poll should really not be taken seriously. But even if you look at the Republican, error that favors them. It's only like 54%, 59%, 54%. With the Democrats, it's 60, 68, 73, 77, 80, 67, 65, 74. They've overestimated Democrats, and this is based from 2014 to 2022. So when they have that narrative where, oh, look at the midterms, you know, the polls got it wrong, they overestimated a red wave. No, actually, Republicans were projected to win the popular vote, congressional vote, I think by 2.3, and they won it by 2.8. Or maybe they were projected to win it by 2.8, they won it by 2.3. The problem is the way the vote was split was worst case scenario for Republicans. So the polls actually didn't do too bad. It was just the way it was split in the states, it was really bad. And here you can see this was the 2022 error, which it's overdone. It's really not that big of an error. You can see slightly more overestimation on the Republicans. You do have some Democrats. You got some 50-50 states. But midterms in comparison to actual general election, it's going to be totally different. Like, look at this. This is 2020. I mean, this is out of control. And this is the problem. This is why if you look back at the last general election that Trump and Biden were both in, throw away the midterms, this is the type of polling error we're looking at. And you might say, well, they're correcting it. I don't know. That's a really bad polling error, and it is heavy liberal bias, heavy liberal overestimation. See, even back in 2018, there were some pro-Republican polling errors back in those midterms. 2016, same exact thing. You look at the general election, they don't even have 2012 Biden-Romney, but look at Trump's two elections and look at how much the polls have underestimated him. Now, maybe they've corrected themselves. Maybe they have. I don't know. But that's pretty remarkable right there. And then there was also another thing I wanted to look at. Oh, here it is, the electoral map. And then you can go state by state. I want to see if there's any polls in the 2nd district. There's not. I thought there was a poll that had Trump up 3. I don't know what happened to that poll that had Trump up 3. Maine, statewide Maine. There was a poll that had Trump up 6, I guess. There's no polling. So, yeah, that's basically the reality when it comes to these experts' predictions right now. You can see what Real Clear Politics has. I would say Florida is safe. I would say Ohio is safe. I would say Texas is safe. Maine 2nd District is probably safe. For Biden, I think Maine's a toss-up right now. New Hampshire is probably going to Biden. New Mexico, I would say, is pretty much safe Biden. The toss-up states, Arizona, lean Trump slightly. Georgia, lean Trump. Michigan, toss-up. Minnesota, slight lean Biden. Nevada, lean Trump. North Carolina, lean Trump. Pennsylvania, toss-up. Virginia, slight lean Biden. Wisconsin, toss-up. Nebraska, 2nd District, toss-up. That's how I would say it right now when it comes to this election. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.